Have you ever felt like your energy is fading faster than it used to? Like you wake up in the morning already feeling a little tired, as if the day is asking too much of you before it's even begun? If that sounds familiar, I want you to know you're not alone. Many people over 65 feel just like that, but here's the good news: it doesn't have to be this way. You can reclaim your mornings, your energy, and even your sense of freedom simply by making a few small changes to how you start your day. I know what you might be thinking. It's too late for me to change now, or my body just isn't what it used to be. But I promise these feelings are normal, and there are simple ways to make your mornings feel lighter, brighter, and much more energized. That's what this video is all about. Together, we're going to walk through 5 simple, practical habits that can help boost your energy and give you that wonderful sense of freedom to enjoy your days the way you want to. These aren't complicated or expensive tricks. They're small, achievable steps that fit into your lifestyle. And by practicing them regularly, you'll likely notice that you move through your day with more ease, feel sharper mentally, and even sleep better at night. Doesn't that sound great? So, let's get started with the very first habit. This one might surprise you because it's so simple that most people overlook it. But it's absolutely essential, especially as we get older. And that is taking a moment of gentle movement right after you wake up. Now, I'm not talking about running laps or doing anything strenuous. I mean a few gentle stretches, a light walk around your room, or even some seated movements if standing up right away feels a bit much. The key is to wake up your body gradually and get your blood flowing. After all, your muscles have been still all night, and your joints might feel stiff. This morning movement is like telling your body, hey, it's time to wake up and start the day. I know that for many people, mornings can be rushed, even in retirement. Maybe you're eager to get your coffee or check the news. But carving out just 5 minutes for this simple practice can make a huge difference. Think about how much better you feel after a nice stretch or a short stroll. It improves circulation, loosens up your joints, and even helps your brain feel more alert. You might notice that after a week of adding this into your mornings, you don't feel as stiff or slow when you get out of bed. One of my favorite examples is my neighbor, Jean. She's 72 and told me that for years she would get up quickly, rush to the kitchen, and end up with an achy back by mid-morning. But once she started doing a simple routine, stretching her arms overhead, circling her ankles, and doing a few shoulder rolls while sitting on the edge of the bed, she said it changed her entire day. Her posture improved, and her energy lasted longer. So give it a try. The first few mornings might feel a little awkward, but soon it'll become a comforting ritual, like greeting the day with kindness to your body. After that gentle movement, let's talk about the next important step: hydration. Yes, drinking water might seem too basic to mention, but you'd be surprised how many people over 65 don't drink enough first thing in the morning. And the impact this can have on your energy levels is huge. You see, after a night of sleep, your body is naturally a bit dehydrated. Even though you haven't been active, your body still loses fluids through breathing and perspiration. Starting your day with a glass of water before your coffee or tea helps replenish what you've lost and kickstarts your metabolism. It's like giving your engine a little oil before you start driving. Now, I know some people say, but I'm not thirsty in the morning. That's okay. You don't need to chug a whole liter of water. Just a small glass, maybe 6 to 8 ounces, is enough to make a difference. Some folks like to add a slice of lemon for a bit of flavor, which is great too. That little bit of hydration not only helps your body function better, but also helps wake up your digestive system, making it easier to have regular and comfortable digestion throughout the day. One gentleman I spoke with recently, named Harold, told me that adding a morning glass of water made him feel noticeably more energetic within just a week. He'd been dealing with mid-morning fatigue for years, and never realized dehydration could be part of the cause. And it makes sense, doesn't it? When your body is running low on fluids, everything feels a little more sluggish. Your muscles, your mind, even your mood. So once you've done your gentle movement, head to the kitchen and pour yourself that refreshing glass of water. It's a simple act, but one that sets the tone for the rest of your day. By now, you're probably starting to notice a theme here. Small, gentle acts of care for your body. And that brings me to the third step, nourishing yourself with a mindful, balanced breakfast. But before we dive into that, I just want to pause for a quick moment. If you're enjoying this video so far and finding these tips helpful, I'd love for you to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. That way, you'll always get new content designed to help you live your healthiest, happiest life after 65. Your support means so much and helps us keep creating videos just like this one. All right, now that we've taken care of that, let's get right back to it. After you've gently moved your body and hydrated, it's time to think about how you're fueling yourself for the day ahead. A lot of people over 65 fall into two categories when it comes to breakfast. They either skip it entirely, thinking they're not hungry, or they reach for something quick but not very nourishing, like toast with butter or a sugary cereal. But here's the thing, after 65, your body needs good fuel to keep your energy steady throughout the day. And the right breakfast can make all the difference. You don't need anything fancy or complicated. A breakfast that combines a bit of protein, some healthy fats, and fiber will keep you feeling fuller longer and help avoid those mid-morning crashes that leave you reaching for more coffee or snacks. For example, a bowl of oatmeal topped with nuts and berries, or a couple of scrambled eggs with some spinach and whole grain toast. Simple, nourishing, and delicious. I know cooking might not always feel like a joy, especially early in the morning, but think of it as a little act of self-care, a way to show your body that it matters and deserves good fuel. Plus, taking the time to sit down and eat mindfully, even for just 10 minutes, helps your digestion and gives you a moment of calm before the day gets busy. One woman I know, Maria, who just turned 70, told me that she used to skip breakfast, thinking she wasn't hungry. But then she'd feel irritable and tired by 10 a.m. When she started making herself a small, nutritious breakfast each morning, she noticed a huge change in her mood and energy. She even started looking forward to her mornings again. So, these first few habits, gentle movement, hydration, and a mindful breakfast, are like setting up a strong foundation for your day. They're not hard, they don't take much time, but they create a ripple effect that can transform how you feel from morning until night. Now that we've covered how to gently wake up your body, hydrate it, and fuel it with good food, let's move on to the next important step, which is nurturing your mind with a moment of mindfulness or gratitude. I know, mindfulness is a word that gets tossed around a lot these days, but stay with me here. This doesn't mean you have to sit cross-legged on the floor or meditate for an hour. It's much simpler than that, and I promise it can make your mornings feel calmer, clearer, and even more joyful. After you've nourished your body with breakfast, it's the perfect time to pause, just for a minute or two, and focus your mind. That could mean sitting quietly with your cup of tea, closing your eyes, and taking a few slow, deep breaths. Or maybe looking out your window at the trees, noticing the way the sunlight hits the leaves, and letting yourself feel connected to the beauty of the morning. You could even keep a little notebook nearby and jot down one or two things you feel grateful for today. It doesn't have to be anything big. It could be something as simple as, I'm grateful for the birds singing outside my window, or I'm grateful for the phone call I have planned with my friend later. What this does is set a positive tone for your whole day. Instead of your mind immediately jumping to worries or your to-do list, you're giving yourself the gift of presence. And that presence can help lower stress levels, improve your mood, and even support your immune system. Isn't that amazing? A simple act of pausing and noticing can have such far-reaching benefits. I remember speaking with a gentleman named Samuel, who's 75 and recently widowed. He shared that mornings used to feel especially lonely for him, but then he began starting each day by writing down 3 small things he was thankful for. He told me it gave his mornings a new sense of purpose and peace, helping him focus on what he still had instead of what he'd lost. That simple habit helped him feel less alone and more grounded, even in difficult times. And that's really the heart of this step, connecting with yourself in a gentle, compassionate way. It can be as structured or as relaxed as you want. Some people find comfort in prayer. Others might enjoy listening to soothing music while they breathe deeply. The point is to take a moment where you're not rushing, not planning, not checking your phone, but simply being with yourself. You might be wondering, how does this give me more energy? Well, when we start our day in a calm, centered state, it reduces the stress hormone cortisol, which tends to be higher in the mornings. High stress can drain your energy before the day has even begun. But taking time for mindfulness or gratitude can counteract that, helping you feel more balanced and energized naturally. So, after moving your body, hydrating, and having a nourishing breakfast, giving your mind this moment of calm really rounds out the foundation for a strong start to your day. It's like aligning both your body and your mind, setting yourself up not just for a productive day, but for a day where you feel good, where you feel free to enjoy the things that matter to you. And that brings me to the next step, one that's just as vital as everything we've talked about so far, but often overlooked: getting outside or bringing a bit of nature to you. Yes, connecting with nature, even for just a few minutes in the morning, can dramatically lift your energy and mood. There's something almost magical about the way fresh air, natural light, and even the sound of birdsong can make you feel more alive. If you're able, stepping outside onto your porch or balcony, or even taking a short walk down the street, can do wonders. The sunlight helps regulate your internal clock or circadian rhythm, which improves your sleep at night and boosts your alertness during the day. Exposure to natural light early in the morning also helps increase your body's production of serotonin, that lovely chemical that makes you feel happy and calm. But I understand that not everyone finds it easy to get outdoors, especially if mobility is limited or the weather isn't cooperating. And that's perfectly okay. Bringing nature to you is just as beneficial. Maybe you keep a plant by your window, or you open the curtains to let in as much natural light as possible. Perhaps you sit by the window with your morning tea and simply watch the clouds or the trees swaying in the breeze. One woman I met recently, Alice, who's 68 and uses a walker, told me that she placed a small herb garden on her windowsill and started sitting there every morning while she sipped her coffee. She said the sight and smell of the herbs gave her such a sense of connection to the world outside, even on days when she couldn't go out herself. That little bit of nature helped her feel refreshed and energized. This connection with nature, no matter how you experience it, has been shown in studies to reduce blood pressure, lower stress, and improve overall well-being. And from personal stories like Alice's, we can see how it adds a quiet joy to the start of the day. So, whether it's standing on your porch to feel the morning breeze, tending to your indoor plants, or just sitting near a window to soak up the light, giving yourself that daily connection to nature is one more way to boost your energy and sense of freedom. By now, you can probably see how these simple morning habits weave together. Moving your body, hydrating, nourishing yourself, pausing for mindfulness, and connecting with nature. Each one complements the others, building a morning routine that supports both your physical and emotional well-being. If you found these tips helpful so far, I'd really appreciate it if you could give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. It helps so much in getting this message out to others who might benefit from these simple, life-enhancing habits. Plus, you'll always be in the loop when we share more ways to help you live your healthiest happiest life after 65. Now that we've explored these foundational steps to energize your mornings, let's continue with the next essential part of starting your day right. And that is setting a simple intention for your day. This might sound like something small, but trust me, it can be a game changer. After all, how we begin often shapes how we continue. Setting an intention is really about deciding, consciously, how you want to feel and what kind of experience you want to create for yourself as the day unfolds. This isn't about making a long list of chores or overwhelming yourself with goals. It's more about choosing a focus, something that feels positive and meaningful to you. It could be as simple as thinking, today I will take things slowly and enjoy each moment, or today I will call a friend and have a good laugh, or even today I'll be kind to myself. Whatever resonates with you, whatever feels right in that moment. I know some folks might be thinking, well, I'm retired now, I don't need goals. But this isn't about productivity, it's about presence. Setting an intention gives your day a sense of purpose and direction, even if it's just a gentle one. It helps you stay grounded and more aware of how you're moving through your day. Let me share a quick story about a man named Frank, who's 80 years old and lives on his own. For years after retiring, he said his days all kind of blended together. Wake up, eat, watch some TV, maybe do a little gardening. But then he started setting one small intention every morning, like, today I will spend time outside, or today I will make someone smile. He told me that this simple practice made his days feel more fulfilling, like he was living them with more awareness and joy rather than just passing time. And that's exactly what setting an intention can do for you. It adds a little spark to your day, gives it a bit more meaning, and helps you make choices that align with how you want to feel. You might find that after doing this for a while, you naturally start gravitating toward activities that nourish you and let go of things that drain your energy. So after you've moved your body, hydrated, had a good breakfast, taken a mindful moment and connected with nature, just pause for a breath and ask yourself, what do I want from today? It could be peace, joy, connection, or anything else your heart needs. Say it to yourself, maybe even write it down if you like, and then carry that intention with you as you go about your day. All these steps we've talked about, these aren't meant to be chores or rigid routines. They're small acts of care, ways of saying to yourself, I'm important, my well-being matters, and I deserve to feel good. And over time, these small acts accumulate into something powerful, a life that feels more energized, more free, and more connected to what truly matters. If you're still with me here, thank you. I hope you're feeling inspired and encouraged to give these habits a try, even if you start with just one or two at first. Remember, it's not about perfection, it's about creating little shifts that make you feel better, stronger, and more alive. Before we wrap up, I just want to say how much I appreciate you spending this time with me. If this conversation has resonated with you, I'd love it if you could like the video and subscribe to the channel. That way, you'll always be the first to know when we share more content that supports you in living your healthiest, happiest life after 65. And of course, I'd love to hear from you in the comments. What's one thing you do in the morning that helps you feel good? Or which of these steps are you excited to try? Your stories and experiences are so valuable, and they might just inspire someone else who's watching too. Here's to starting your mornings with more energy, more freedom, and more joy. You deserve nothing less. Now let's continue exploring more ways to support your well-being with the next essential step, and that's cultivating meaningful connection, even in the quiet moments of your morning. This step is about recognizing that human connection doesn't always require grand gestures or big social gatherings. Sometimes it's the simple acts of reaching out, sharing a few words, or even engaging with yourself through reflection that can give your day a sense of warmth, purpose, and yes, energy. After we've set our intention for the day, many of us instinctively look for a connection to something or someone. It could be a loved one, a friend, or even a neighbor you pass on your morning walk. And at this stage of life, when schedules may have slowed down and social circles may have shifted, maintaining and nurturing these connections becomes all the more important. Not just for your emotional well-being, but also for your physical health. Studies consistently show that people over 65 who maintain strong social ties tend to live longer, experience less cognitive decline, and enjoy better overall health. Now, I know that for some of you, social interaction may not be as readily available as it once was. Friends may have moved away, family might live far, or mobility issues may limit outings. But connection can be created in so many ways. A simple phone call to a friend, a brief chat with a neighbor, or even writing a letter to someone you haven't spoken to in a while. These are all beautiful forms of connection. One woman I spoke with, Eleanor, who's 77, told me that she begins every morning by sending a quick text message to her grandchildren. Nothing complicated, just a "good morning, hope you have a great day." She said it made her feel part of their daily lives, even though they live several states away. And of course, they loved receiving those messages too. But connection doesn't have to be limited to others. It can also be about connecting with yourself in a deeper way, taking a moment to check in with how you're feeling, acknowledging your emotions, and honoring where you are in life. Maybe that looks like writing in a journal, recording your thoughts and memories, or simply looking at a cherished photograph and allowing yourself to remember and feel gratitude for those moments. I once met a gentleman named Robert who, every morning after breakfast, sits in his favorite chair and looks through his old travel photos. He told me it reminds him of the adventures he's had, the people he met along the way, and the things he's still curious about. That daily connection with his own story gives him energy and perspective, and it keeps his mind and heart engaged with life. So whether it's reaching out to someone else or connecting inwardly, this step is about ensuring that your mornings aren't just about preparing your body, but also nurturing your spirit. It's about feeling a part of something larger than yourself, about belonging. Now, I want to be clear. Connection doesn't have to be overwhelming. You don't need to commit to long conversations or feel obligated to socialize beyond what feels comfortable for you. It's about making sure that each day includes a reminder that you are connected, that you are part of a fabric of relationships, memories, and experiences that matter. Taking this moment of connection each morning can also provide an emotional boost that carries you through the rest of your day with more positivity and resilience. On those days when your energy feels a little lower or your motivation isn't quite there, remembering your connections, whether to people, places, or even to yourself, can be the thing that gently lifts you back up. Now, after all of these beautiful grounding steps, moving your body, hydrating, nourishing yourself, practicing mindfulness, connecting with nature, setting an intention, and nurturing connection, you've created a morning that doesn't just prepare you to get through the day, but prepares you to live it fully. It's incredible how these simple practices, layered together, can create such a profound shift in how you feel. It's not about waking up and pushing through the day. It's about waking up and embracing the day with clarity, strength, and most importantly, joy. Before I wrap up, I want to take a moment to thank you again for sharing this time with me. It means so much that you're here, investing in yourself, taking these small steps toward a more energized and free life. If you haven't already, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. It's a simple way to stay connected and to make sure you don't miss out on future content crafted especially for you, content that supports you in living your healthiest, happiest life after 65. And I'd love to hear from you in the comments. What's one morning habit that brings you joy? Or is there one of these steps that you're excited to try? Your insights and experiences are such a gift to this community, and I know others watching will find inspiration in your words. So, here's to your mornings being filled with energy, of freedom, and all the things that make your life uniquely yours. You've earned it, you deserve it, and you are more than capable of making it happen. Let's keep building on this foundation together as we move toward the final piece of our morning routine. Now, after all these grounding steps, moving your body, hydrating, nourishing yourself, practicing mindfulness, connecting with nature, setting an intention, and nurturing connection, you've created a morning that prepares you not just to get through the day, but to truly enjoy it. It's amazing how these simple habits can make such a big difference. They help you wake up feeling more energized, more focused, and more connected to what really matters. Thank you so much for spending this time with me. If you found these tips helpful, please give the video a like and subscribe to the channel, so you don't miss more content designed to help you live your healthiest, happiest life after 65. And I'd love to hear from you. What's one morning habit that brings you joy? Or is there something new you'd like to try? Share your thoughts in the comments. Your experiences might inspire someone else. Here's to starting your mornings with more energy, freedom, and joy. Let's keep going and dive into the final step of this routine.